Welcome to the Every Day is a New Day podcast and live show. Are you ready? Because this is Rise and Shine. Every day is a new day. The 21-day empowerment series that supports you in cultivating a habit of getting into alignment mentally and emotionally, standing in your power and being unshakable regardless what's happening around you. Join us live on Facebook at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Every Day is a New Day show and coaching page, or on Apple Podcasts and beyond for the replay. Let's get to it. All right. Welcome to day 10 of Rise and Shine. Every day is a new day. The 21-day empowerment series that's really supporting you in cultivating the habit of being in alignment every single day. When you're in that space, it's a lot easier to be able to think clearly, to move throughout your day with ease, regardless of what's happening around you. So let us know if this is your first time joining us or if it's your 10th time joining us. And let me know in the comments how this has really supported you in being able to feel more grounded and centered and whole in who you are. And as you're typing in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and welcome today's awesome guest. Welcome, Desiree Scherini.
Hi, Kim. Great to be here.
Yes, I know. I'm glad you're here too. Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, before we get started, I'm just going to say,
I'm liking it. Yeah.
Thank you. I was cracking up.
You can keep the vest, though. I think I had one like that at some point. And you live in a colder climate than I do, don't you?
Well, it's colder right now, and we're still kind of coming out of winter a little bit, but in the summer it's super hot here. So yeah. But okay. Before we get into my outfit and the cards and how this conversation is going to be another amazing conversation. Desiree's hilarious, by the way. That's not her like profession, but she could be a comedian, I think.
I actually, my Twitter page used to say I wanted to be a stand-up comic, but I got tired and had to sit down.
You totally could in my book. I think you are hilarious. Every time I've chatted with you, I'm just like, it's so much fun with Desiree. So, okay, before we get into it, let's go ahead and all practice. What was that, Desiree?
It was on the bathroom wall.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's go ahead and all practice getting into alignment to really start our day. Good. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just make sure you are comfortable wherever you are seated. And hello to our live viewers. You're right on time. It's beautiful. So go ahead and be comfortable wherever you are seated. If you can plant your feet on the ground, then go ahead and do that. If not, just make sure however you need to shift to be comfortable, and then you are in the right spot. I go ahead and start with putting one hand on my heart. I'm going to place my other hand on my abdomen, just connecting with my physical body. Let's go ahead and take some slow, deep cleansing breaths.
With you.
Exhaling out any tension or energy you do not want to be carrying around in your body, and inhaling that ease and peace. And noticing the subtle ways that your body shifts simply by taking those deep breaths in. And we're going to do like we have been the last couple days, and we're going to take it a little step further. So imagine that about a foot above your head, there is this beautiful golden ball of light that is filled with so much love and peace, and the essence of who you uniquely are. That amazing being you are. And just imagine that energy dropping down in through the top of your head and flowing down and all throughout your body. Over your shoulders and down and out both palms of your hands, and down through the core of your body, all the way down both legs, down to your feet, illuminating and radiating every inch inside your physical body with the essence of who you truly are. And we're going to take it that next step further and imagine that this energy is now extending down into the core of the earth, going all the way down to the center of the earth and wrapping around it, having that feeling of connection and support, both from above and below. And again, just noticing how it feels to be centered and whole and mindfully connected and aligned with who you are. Beautiful. All right, and we're going to go ahead and start to bring it back. So go ahead, when you're ready, open your eyes. Let me know in the comments what that felt like for you. What that felt like for you. You cannot get this wrong. However it was for you, that is your experience. And such a beautiful gift you give to yourself every day when you just collect your energy, center. And now from this place, you can have this amazing grounded day. So I'm going to check in with today's guest, Desiree.
Hi.
Desiree, hi. How does it feel when you align your energy? Like, what is that experience like for you? And I don't know if you do it that way or what do you do that really helps you feeling centered so that you can have a great day?
Well, that's really similar, and that felt great because, as you know, I was like, wrestling to the ground with my computer just to get here because it was having its day. It was having its own moment, and I interrupted it. It wasn't all. So I was a little wound up. So that felt really good to just go take it all down. And so this is really similar. One of the things that well, when we've talked before, I just love studying new things. But one of the things that I'm certified in is that heart math, stuff. And so it's all about that breathing through the heart space and connecting that and having that expansive feeling. So whenever I do that now, I just kind of do feel the same, really very similar, the source of light coming down and just flowing through. That's what I use in my inductions too, is like a shower of light. Sparkly, like, when you're standing in like one of those expensive hotel showers, not mine here, no, but one of those expensive hotel showers. And it's just like, like it's just that big wide head that like you're standing out and really even, yes.
Yep.
And so that sense, and I kind of use the imagery of gold and white sparkling light and the energy of it just flowing down over you, over the top of your head and all the way down. So the way you describe it is very similar, and it felt really good to have somebody else do that for me just now, because usually I'm on the end, doing it for someone else as a hypnotherapist. So
it makes a difference. Yes, thank you for sharing that. And so for all those just joining us, yes, Desiree Scherini is a hypnotherapist and life coach, and she's like award-winning and all this awesome stuff. And but we're coming today, and we just want to share different experiences. I love that you shared, Desiree, as someone who typically guides other people through this, how it's like it can always be helpful to just have someone else, take over and like you just be the receiver.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard to let go sometimes. It's hard to go, oh, wait, I'm, it's like being a mother, like
Yes.
when you're hard, your kids are like, my youngest is 22, twins, and they're like, Mom, I know. I'm like, oh, okay. It's hard to stop doing for others or that sort of thing. My mom was the same way. So I'd be like, Mom.
I totally hear you. Well, hello to our live viewers. We have Betty with us saying hello, beautiful souls. And
Hi.
we have Robin with us saying so peaceful. Glad to hear that, Robin. So, okay, Desiree, so I like to take it that next step further. And so we aligned and brought that energy down in. So we're into that awareness and energetic space. But now let's connect our words to it. And so I really like to support the audience in coming up with an affirmation they can use. to have like the words, to put it into a sentence form and something that they can speak to themselves throughout their day to continue to integrate that energy into their experience. So, based on your experience, what would be an affirmation you could potentially use today to further amplify this energy in your day?
Well, I'll share kind of a piece before I would say give an affirmation. One of the best things I think I've learned is, you know how when you're on a scale like from I'm great to I hate myself, that to go directly to saying I'm great, I'm great, I'm great is your mind's not going to believe it,
Right.
and it will discount it. So to just create an affirmation for yourself that is just maybe one or two steps up from where you are, then like you got to go up the steps. You can't just jump to the top floor.
Right.
And so like every day, maybe even write down your top affirmation, like what you'd really like to honestly feel every day. Write that down, and then write a list of affirmations that would take you down the steps to where you are right now. And every day, say, that new affirmation until you feel it, right? So whatever you are today, think, well, what could I conceivably really feel like by tomorrow? And make that affirmation. So that's my advice is like, I don't think there's like one cookie cutter affirmation for everybody. However, one of the ones I do like to just use for people is it's going to be okay.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be okay.
Okay, I'm putting that in the chat.
So much, we worry so much. It's like, and worried that one of my podcasts I recently did was on fear. And fear, you can do what you need to do, but then after that, you just have to go, I've done what I can, and now it's going to be okay. It's just whatever direction things go, everything's going to be okay. It's it's just accept. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that you really, acknowledge the importance of baby stepping your way there. And it's nothing that has to be forced and you have to take this leap that doesn't actually make sense, doesn't even feel good, right?
Yeah. It doesn't feel true at all.
Right. Exactly.
If someone's trying to lose weight and they're like, I look just like Barbie, they're like, and then they look in the mirror like, no, I don't. I don't look anything like Barbie. You're a liar. Right? And they set themselves up for being even more unhappy with themselves. Whereas, even if they don't lose any weight for a week, it's like, you know what? I'm doing the best thing I can for myself right now.
Right.
I'm doing the best I can for myself. And and I'm treating myself well. And, I'm trusting myself to give myself time, or any of those things,
and as you say that, the thing that comes up for me is sometimes we think that the journey is one piece, right? So if it's I want to release weight, then okay, then every week I'm supposed to be losing weight, and that tells me that I'm on track, right? But maybe there's going to be that week or two or three where it's simply about remaining committed to eating healthier, and maybe the scale doesn't show, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is the downfall. People are trying to give up,
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go ahead and share. I pre-pulled cards for today, and again, they're always so right on track. I'm going to share one of the cards that came out that totally speaks to the conversation we've already started here. It says, "I release all criticism."
Yay. Perfect.
So, okay. So Desiree, let's take it a next step further. Okay, so you gave us, let's see here, you gave us, it's going to be okay. And I like to even further integrate, what would that be like if, say, we wanted to really get our body into it and just have fun with it? Like, what would it's going to be okay look like as a power pose to you?
Well, you know what? I do yoga. I'm not like a yogaista, but I do yoga. So I think either a standing pose would just be mountain, where you're just standing there with your hands down and open forward, and just feeling that straight,
Is it like this one? I'm trying.
Your arms are down.
Okay.
Your palms facing forward.
Okay.
Either that or Shavasana, which is, usually at the end where you just lay down on your back.
Oh, that one.
And you just lay down, you just kind of let it all go. You just lay on your back. It's usually what you do at the end, and you just let it all go. So you're just laying there like a corpse. The corpse pose, I think they also call it, not this one, but that one. And it's like a release. Like you say,
Yeah.
it's just like there's no tightness being held. It's just a soft pose. Although, the standing pose involves, some, support, but sort of like the standing pose would be like a supported relaxation, if that makes sense. And the laying down pose is complete, just let it go. So.
I think that's fantastic. I love it. We're honoring the essence of it's all going to be okay and release. And what does that look like? And the other thing that came up to mind for me is that well, just, I guess not like this. It's been a while since I've done yoga, by the way.
Okay. I'd lay down on the floor and show you, but you couldn't see me. I'll be over there. Just imagine. I'm laying on my back, eyes closed, arms by my side, palms up, feet just relaxed.
It's that word surrender that's really coming up of right? Acknowledging I've done all that I can and now I surrender. Yeah. And I choose to know that it's all going to be okay.
Yeah, and this is where I think people that have that sense of higher self, God, universe, that they're connected, that they're not alone, right? They're not alone, right? That the thing that just came out from Wellness Universe, that you're not alone. If you have a sense that you're not alone, either with community or there's something higher that you can connect to. So just kind of have that trust that I was just talking to a friend yesterday, and she says, sometimes bad things happen and we don't know why, but they're for a good reason. I said, what have I been telling you for like the last 2 years when you're complaining? It's like, just chill. And because sometimes things seem bad, but then you look back at them and you're like, wow, that actually turned out to be okay. That turned out to be an okay, pretty good thing, actually.
Yeah.
So, so it's going to be okay.
I love it. So, Desiree, tell us a little bit more about what you do. So you are a hypnotherapist and life coach, and you'd make a fantastic comedian. Tell us, and you're an artist.
I could be like, I am. I do that, and I'm just interested in so many things that, so hypnotherapy, life coach, and then I have, the book. I'd like to write more too, and I teach painting as well as I paint. And actually, my painting teaching is all on hold because that was something I was doing 3 days a week. And right now, none of that. And so what I had committed to do, it's that word had, what I had committed to do, which I have not yet done, was I have an online course for a couple things, and one of them drawing course. And I was like, okay, well, this is a good time to do this second course that people have asked, hey, is there another one? And I'm like, okay, I'll do one. Have I done it? No. All this free time. And so something else I do is I am a professional procrastinator. And there always seems to be something that gets in the way. So deadlines work well for me. And the way this coronavirus lockdown, I'm like, what deadline? So yeah, hypnotherapy. I did have my I don't do that many virtual clients, but I had a virtual client yesterday for hypnosis, and we did it with video. So I'm hoping to hear that went well for her. So that is lucky that with life coaching or hypnosis, it is something I can still do virtually. I don't know. I do a little bit of everything, and then also some days I do a lot of nothing. So.
You know what, Desiree? I think it's awesome that you're sharing that. I know you are. I know you're phenomenal at what you do, and Well, I do. I know that, and I think it's also great that you're just even acknowledging that, even for the person that helps other people, like sometimes just do nothing. It's not about do. It's also about who are you being, and heck, you got to take time for you. I mean, and that's what this is all about too. So, does Desiree, what does self care look like for you? I mean, to me, it sounds like part of it is allowing yourself to not
Yeah,
do certain things right now.
release criticism.
Mm.
Right, that card. Yeah, because I will get. I do have so many interests, and I have such a big list of to dos. Um, but then sometimes I take a step back and I'm like, but who would know if I didn't do this? Nobody, right? But me, right? So it's my own goal to do list, my own, like I want to create another program, do more writing, blah, 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 whatever. I have to clean out my closet one of these days. It's almost like I don't know what's in there. I feel like I go in there for something and something grabs my wrist and tries to pull me in. I'm like, no, pull the shirt and close the doors before
Oh, that
it's
is.
a scary place.
I have laundry I haven't folded for like a week. It's like, I'll get to it one of these days.
Arms and the sleeves start to crawl out at night. They're reaching for you.
Oh
I
my
swear
goodness.
at night I hear noises coming out of my closet. Oh,
Oh, it's
my
hilarious.
cat, my cat keeps opening the doors and going in there, and I'm like, "What's in there? Like what? Like it's like Narnia. There must be."
You know what?
As soon as I
Your cat is tapping into your subconscious and saying, "Ooh, let's do something about that." No, no.
I don't know. I don't know, and I'm afraid. I'm actually probably halfway afraid to find out what's in there, and that's why I'm not cleaning it. But anyway, well, the other thing is, I don't have a big place. I live in an apartment, so once I take things out of the closet, then I have to deal with them. I have to look at them. I have to decide whether to keep them or give them away, or you know. Anyway, but so example of being real. So I self care looks like just surrendering and and not criticizing myself and saying really on a from 1 to 10, how much is this going to affect anything and anybody? And sometimes it gets to a point where I'm like, yeah, I really want to do that today, but if I don't
Yeah.
really feel like doing that today, really, I did clean out my hall closet because there was something I was looking for that I knew was in there. And that was like, that's where you keep, like, I don't know, stuff, light bulbs and toilet
Yeah.
paper. I
Okay.
still have plenty of toilet paper. Anybody want to come over? I've got it. Um, and medicine and whatever stuff, and then you kind of start shoving things in there. So I was looking for something I knew was in there. I emptied the whole thing. It wasn't in there, but I did get my closet cleaned out, so that was good. That
Did,
one anyway.
okay, so I want to use this as an opportunity. Desiree, did you celebrate yourself for cleaning that one closet?
I probably drank a lot of wine while I did it, if you can call that a party. Um,
I do call that a party, by the way.
um, what did I do? I did kind of give myself a pat on the back. I checked it off. I like to write things down on a more life coachy
Okay,
suggestion.
Desiree, I'm gonna stop you. Okay, so right now, everybody that is with us live and on the replay, this is a beautiful example of how every little thing that you do and accomplish, celebrate that. So I'm gonna ask. Go ahead and please type in the comments right now, celebrating Desiree for her accomplishment of cleaning out that closet. And if you have recently done something that was, maybe took you a while to get to do that, like let us know in the comments too. Like, what can you celebrate yourself for right now? Like, really, really, Desiree, I applaud you because that's a lot of work going through stuff.
That's ridiculous. It was kind of ridiculous. It's just a small hall closet, with like probably 6 shelves, but it actually took probably 3 or 4 days because obviously I didn't do it for 24 hours. But once you take things out, then you got to, like I said, you go, oh, what is this? Keep, throw away, sniff. What is that? I don't know. You know? And I threw a lot of stuff away. So it was like the baby steps again. right? I had to not see it as one big chunk. Um, and that was like a little bit of advice. I had to see it as like, not like, oh, that's overwhelming. I can't, I'd open the door, look at it and go, oh. So again, writing things down, writing down sub steps, just, or giving yourself time, especially if you're locked at home.
Yeah.
This is the time to look at one of those things and say, how about I just go ahead and give myself 2 weeks and just do, 20 minutes a day, or, like exercise, say I'm going to do 5 minutes of exercise. And if I feel like I keep going, I can keep going. And if I don't feel like keep going, I don't have to, but I'm going to do 5 minutes, you know?
Right.
So same thing with overeating, or changing a habit. I'm going to wait 5 minutes before I eat that piece of pie. If I, after 5 minutes and a glass of water, if I still want to eat that candy or that piece of pie, then I can have a bite. And then if I still want another bite, then I can have another bite, or take a walk around the block if I still want to. So I like to, you know, the life coach side of me suggests taking, manageable pieces. Don't get overwhelmed and see something as so big and overwhelming that you just
Right.
don't even, get anything done. So for my self advice right now, my closet that is trying to grab me, and all I need to do today is just take out one thing full of boots, and that's all.
That's all.
That's all. And then I go, yay me, drink some wine.
Party for one. Soak it up. I love it. Well, our live viewers are with us, and they're sharing in the comments the things that they have recently done and been able to applaud themselves for. And Desiree, they are affirming. Robin says, "I treated myself with wine," and Betty is celebrating and dancing around the circle for all these accomplishments. And Keith is saying he went outside the house on a hike. Good for you, Keith. That's awesome. And and we have, it always looks worth it before it gets done. It always looks worth, yes.
Worse.
Worse. Okay, thank you. It always looks worse before it gets done. Yes.
And it looks worth it after you're done.
Exactly. There we go. Exactly. Yes. Ah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay. So Desiree, I'm going to go ahead and just share the rest of the cards that came up. And I want to also acknowledge, so today, as I was getting ready for this, I do take time to, brush my teeth and shower, but really it's like, okay, I'm coming as I am, unless, I have something else I need to be more prepared for. And today I said, okay, well, what am I going to put on? And so I said, okay, I'm just going to put on this like black t-shirt, but I'm like, well, I'm a little cold. I want to put something warm on. So then I just like, well, what do I really have that's clean? And I got this vest.
You need folding.
Yeah. And I just want to highlight, like, it's all okay. You get to do things your way. Like,
I could do this, then we could match.
Yeah. I love it. And that brings me to the first card that popped out earlier, right before we went live, is I accept my uniqueness.
Oh, was that before or after you put on the vest?
It was after I put on the vest and before we started. The cards that just popped out. Then we also have I accept all of myself. And the back says, the work I do on myself is not a goal. It is a process. I choose to enjoy the process. And last, but right, is like so on topic. The last one we have here is my mind is a powerful healing tool.
And I believe in that, don't I? Right?
Yes, we do believe in that. So Desiree, tell everyone, where can they go to connect with you and learn more about you and what you do?
Well, since we're doing this on Facebook Live, right? They could find me as Trans Hypnotherapy. That's TRANS Hypnotherapy is my professional page. Okay. And my personal page is Desiree Holmes Scherini. I also have an artist page, which is Artist Desiree. I think it's Artist Desiree Holmes Scherini or Artist Desiree Scherini, one of those two. Artist Desiree Holmes Scherini. So I have 3 pages on there that can find me. And my website is also Trans Hypnotherapy or Intuitive Journey with Desiree, both.com. And I have a podcast. Please come take a listen where I talk about some of the stuff what you're talking about here, but I also interview people. I also like to share some metaphysical stuff, because that's one of my big interests. And that's Intuitive Journey with Desiree podcast, wherever you find your podcast carrier. And also Transformation TV. It has the video of my podcast. And tonight, tune in. I think tonight my on Transformation TV Facebook page at 8 o'clock should be premiering my video on the drama drug, which is, I just did this because it was really relevant to people getting on social media, and instead of being the angry driver because they're not out in their car, excuse me, they're they're out there like just calling people names, and if you don't agree with me, then you're an idiot, and all, like, I've been seeing all sorts of negativity coming out, and I do on my personal page sometimes share things that are thought provoking or outside the mainstream, and I will get angry, like, if they don't like it, they're like, well, you are an idiot. You don't, you believe that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay. It's okay if you don't, but you have to call me,
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and I would find myself getting sucked in, and I'm like, I see what's happening here. It's that drama drug. People like that. Anyway, so it's about that, and tips on how to avoid getting sucked in.
That is so fitting and timely for now. And so definitely check out Desiree's show tonight that's 8 p.m. Eastern time, right?
Correct. Okay. On Transformation TV.
Okay, perfect. So definitely check that out if that's resonating for you, definitely. And Desiree, when we're done, will you go ahead and put more links to where people can connect with you in the comments?
Yeah, if I figure out how.
Oh, we'll talk. We can talk.
I do that, but
we can talk about that when we're done.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you for Desiree being here today. And thank you to everyone who was with us live. I know you guys were just throwing in tons of comments and lots of love. And thank you so much. Lots of love right back to you. And virtual hug. I love to do virtual hugs there. So remember, every day is a new day. Wherever you are today does not have to be where you are tomorrow. Wherever you were yesterday does not have to be where you are today. And it can be as simple as taking those few seconds, maybe it's a couple minutes, but just taking that time for you. Nobody else. The most important person in the world is you.
Yep. And if you ain't happy, then nobody else is.
Exactly. Yes. And just really allowing yourself to honor that. And if that's a shift that your body or your mind, your energy is calling for, this is really prime time for you to just, it's time to give that to yourself. So you did a great job today. Thank you for being with us. If you are on the replay over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podbean, let us know what you were taking away as well. And we're going to be back here again tomorrow for day 11 of Rise and Shine with another amazing guest. And I look forward to seeing you here, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everybody.